G'day mates, I am here. I'm in France. I made it to Megève. It is a day before the start. I thought I would run you through what I've been up to the last week. The last week has been basically spent all in Switzerland, in Zurich, and then down on Lake Maggiore in it's a little town called Locarno. It's been bloody fantastic. Stayed with some friends just out of Zurich. Did a great ride over to what's called Rhine Falls, which is a huge waterfall that comes into Switzerland from Germany. It's where the Rhine comes down from Lake Constance, I believe. There's this massive waterfall. We rode there. It was pretty spectacular. We rode home. The next day we'd planned to go out to this epic little sort of overnight house slash bar slash, I don't know what you call it. It's over on the other side of Switzerland, close to Liechtenstein. So we rode from Zurich over towards Liechtenstein across the country with Dad. Punishingly hot.
It's 34 degrees and we're absolutely smashed. It's just so dry. Stopped at some random co-op.
Around all these little beautiful quiet back roads, popping in and out of towns. Use Komoot to do all the routing, which is great, makes it easy, but also it just puts you on so many tiny little bike lanes and bike paths, which is great, but it's really slow progress because you're constantly stopping, checking the route, doing all these complicated little routing things to get onto bike paths. So we got there, rest of the family had driven over, we hiked up into the mountains. Yeah, I'll just put up some footage of what we were doing, because it was insane.
This is fucking insane.
Probably drank too many beers up there, but had a blast, loved it. Stayed the night up in some bunks up there and then walked down the next day and biked home.
Time to get back to the bikes and then bike back to Zurich.
Great 2 days out. After that we then drove down to Lake Maggiore. Great riding down there on the lake. Quite a few good climbs out of there actually, looking at the map. There was one directly out, it's called Montbray, I don't know how to pronounce that.
There's a zigzaggy looking road going straight up from our house up to a gondola, so I'm going to try and climb up that. Oh my god, where am I being taken? Komoot, this is not a road. This is not a road. Quite definitely not a road. Right, I'm fully committed now. Looks like we're walking up this hill. This is not looking promising. Yeah, I'm giving up. I'm a broken man. Let's try this again. So I've biked up to this little hillside village called Saint Bernardo, looking over Lake Maggiore.
Alpe d'Huez, that's a great climb. That was over on the other side of the lake. It was about a 1,300 metre climb. It's pretty big. Lots of switchbacks. Good to get some sustained climbing in the legs. Goes over the other side towards Italy, but decided not to do that. Just went back again. Italy. But I'm not going down there. I'm going to go back. Who's ready for a hyperlapse? The other ride we did was heading up this valley, climbed up this valley. We went to this dam, which was famous because James Bond in GoldenEye, Pierce Brosnan's bungee jumped off it. So we went and saw that, went up the valley. It was beautiful, lots of tiny little Swiss stone houses. It was beautiful, loved it. Yesterday we drove from Locarno over to Megève, France, and that was 5-6 hours in the car. Just a slow journey, lots of traffic. The tunnel under Mont Blanc is pretty impressive, but it took an hour and a half just to queue up to even pay the toll to go through the tunnel. Got here sort of late afternoon yesterday, had a quick spin, did some sprint efforts up Haute 2000, which is where we finish tomorrow. But yeah, we're here at Megève, did the check-in, perfectly organised as per usual, ready to go. And yeah, I'm incredibly lucky to get out of New Zealand right before we got Delta come in, and we're now in the level 4 lockdown in New Zealand. If we'd left a week later, we would have been stuck and we wouldn't have been able to come, I presume. So that is all pretty crazy. This will be the last of these kind of videos, I think, because the next one I'm just going to do as a big long form video again, like my other Haute Route video, and I'll probably edit that in MIQ, I think, when I'm back home and I've got 2 weeks in a hotel. So this is the last one, last update video. But yeah, I appreciate anyone who has been watching and commenting. There's been a couple of people who regularly comment saying they like the music or they're interested in what's going on. I really appreciate that, that's awesome. I've got nothing else to say. G'day mates and mateys. Mates and mateys?